Infamous First Light. The original Infamous on PS3 was my very first platinum trophy, so I figured this one made sense as my 300th. And while I don't think it's as novel or interesting as the first game in this series, I do think its campaign will appeal greatly to fans of things like Marvel's Spider-Man. The commonalities between the two are astounding, actually. Traversal is a flowing mess of speed, combat takes advantage of far more than variations of melee, and the samey checklist of side quests will seem instantly familiar to anyone who's touched Spidey's critical darling. The story in Spider-Man is far superior, to be blunt, and movement isn't quite as fine-tuned here, but it's a visual treat of a game that's outright fun to play once you know the controls. In spite of that praise, I think rating the game no higher than good is completely fair. The action can be too chaotic, you've got to hold circle down to move quickly, which makes adjusting the right stick's camera a nightmare. There are no decisions to be made in the plot for your character to be seen as good or bad, such as Infamous 1 had. You can't auto-retry side quests like the races when you fail, for instance. Instead, you'll have to run back to the starting point each time. Random enemies in an area can stop you accessing the side quests until you've cleared them. There are some forced motion control sections, just lots of things like that are holding this title back from its intended greatness. It's mostly worth your time though if you just want an enjoyable campaign. What it lacks in Batman-style bosses, it makes up for with its satisfying movement and combat mechanics. You are an overpowered work of art, and this game keeps you feeling that at almost all times where the overworld and campaign are concerned. It also has a somewhat short trophy chase for an open world game, no missables either. Be warned though, it's much tougher than a 3 in terms of difficulty. The campaign and collectibles are a 3, but the combat arenas are a 5, since even on easy you have to master both movement and combat to see certain parts through to completion. You also have to complete a ton of in-game challenges and fully max out your perks, which is much more involved here than in most open world games. So it may only be half as short as most games like this in terms of plat time, but it's still going to take most players about 20 hours. Nowhere near as quick and easy as the guide on the PlayStation Trophies website insists. The arenas kill a lot of the momentum the campaign had working in its favor, and literally nothing in the campaign is anywhere near as hard as in the combat arenas, which leaves the combat arenas feeling completely pointless. You strengthen yourself in the arenas in order to play even more of the arenas? No thanks. I've played enough Horde mode games in my time on this planet. This one offers nothing unique and makes you hate the camera, some of the controls, etc. Just not something I enjoyed. Though the campaign portion was pretty solid, if predictably generic. It feels like they intended on a full game for this skill tree, but then slapped the arenas on when the campaign wound up being tiny. And I couldn't find a guide that explained most of what needs done here, such as getting blue power-ups from the downed drones, how powerful and helpful the stasis blast is in the rescue arenas, etc. I'm happy I saw it through, but wouldn't recommend this platinum to most gamers. It's chore upon chore after all, though the base game is quite enjoyable.